Hello, my name is Devon Hendricks. I will be coming to you today to present my final project for OL 660, um, Leadership of Change. Um, so the topic that I picked was orientation. The reason why I picked orientation was because it introduced you to the organization. It introduced you to how things supposed to operate. It give you insight on available resources. It give you insights on how the program will run, and as well as should make you feel comfortable. Now, I've been to a few orientations during my time at Goodwin College, and my experience been the same pretty much throughout all of them. No, is no disrespect to the organization or anything like that, but at the same time, it's like I wasn't intrigued, or I didn't feel welcome. I was bored. I didn't feel a connection. It was just like this is something I want to do, and based off the background and knowledge that I had of the program already is the reason why I signed up for the program. But I believe like the orientation really seals the deal and getting students prepared for the coursework and whatever else they have to in store for the program. So why must this change happen? I believe this change should happen because um it will give students more comfortability. Well, it will make student more comfortable, I should say, to express themselves, to get involved with teachers, to show them that they really care. Because honestly, I don't know exactly which teachers was there, but like I said, when I was in orientation, it was dry, it was boring. I wasn't engaged into the orientation. I was more so like, okay, when this is over, so I could go home. It wasn't enough icebreakers. It wasn't any icebreakers. But honestly, I feel like if y'all presenting an organization and a program as a family and a cohort or whatever the case may be, and especially when people say, "Oh, I'm here for you if you need anything, just reach out," whatever the case may be. Me personally, I don't like reaching out to strangers that really don't know me or really know what's going on with my life, I should say. I don't like really talking and discussing it with other people, especially people that you don't really know, or don't feel comfortable with. So it's like, let's say for example, let's say if I went to orientation, and I had, I want to say, all my teachers that teach me online, and I met them for the first time. And let's say I had the chance to talk to them, go over it, talk to them about certain situation, what I want to learn, excuse me, and whatever the case may be. I feel as though that would give me a better connection. The fact that I'm not in a hybrid class, I'm more of an online student, and it will give me that room to open up to the teachers and express where I want to take things and where my mindset is at. Let's say if the organization had, keep saying organization, let's say if the orientation had icebreakers. All right, an icebreaker could be from 5 to 15 minutes. It don't have to be the whole thing, but or you can break it up, 5 minutes icebreaker 3 times during the orientation to get students interact, to get the teachers and students to interact, but as well applying the basic knowledge that we need to know about library, and applying basic needs to know about the organization, about the program, what they have to offer, and stuff like that. um, do a little Jeopardy game that's 5 minutes. Pass out some incentive that get students engaged, because like I said, I was sitting there and I'm just sitting here like, yo, I'm trying to go. Like, who is this person? Who is that person? Why is she's up talking for so long? You know what I'm saying? even though the orientation was a good setup, and I felt, that the orientation was good, but I feel like it's room to be better. You know, having food and drinks, and that was definitely came in clutch because I was hungry, especially working and then coming to the orientation as well. I feel like time consuming. I feel like the orientation could be split up into two instead of one, because you have the students that's hybrid, that they're gonna be in the same cohort, and well, the same cohort as the online class, but you know they got they group of friends that they get to come in, they see and they talk to, whatever the case may be. But online it's different. We don't we really can't really put the face to the name. Can't really um call somebody up like, hey, do you get this week, whatever the case may be, because you don't have nobody's number or contact. It's like discussion, like everything is like on the discussion board and stuff like that. So interacting with your classmate, or if you have questions that and the professor not there, is like, like getting to know your cohort classmate is key. Because if I wanted to reach out to one of my classmates, I would either have to do it by email, which I'm not on every day, or you know what I'm saying. Instead of reaching by email, I want to reach by send you a text. You know what I'm saying. So it's like, how can I do that? You know what I'm saying. If we don't have that introduction, it's like I'm in a cohort with a group of, I want to say 8 to 7 students, and then it goes from there. So it's like I don't know everybody. So I feel as though having this change really will make you know it will give a good promotion, a good feedback from students, like, hey, you should sign up for this program, this is what they're offering. Word of mouth is pretty much how a lot of information is get around nowadays. I tell a lot of people I'm back in school and whatnot. They tell me, "Oh, what program you going for?" I'm organization leadership. It's like, okay, what's that? And it's like having an elevator speech. Got to be on point. So I'm giving them the rundown of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, whatever the case may be. But giving that person an idea, like, okay, maybe I should go back to school for this. So I feel like it'll provide good promotion. I feel as though it can give good feedback, get more students in to participate and be engaged. Having 2 separate orientation for online and hybrid classes will be great. So that way everybody could bond. As well, it could provide a better outcome within the program. But in order to do this, it needs to be organization, excuse me, an orientation committee, building, activity team to provide, different type of icebreaker incentives and stuff like that, and providing people to interact with each other. The scope of change is kind of easy. It will make a bond between the student and professor, as well as administration. As well, get students to feel comfortable and trust in the program. It will allow the students to have a voice and express their feelings about the program, and and having the organization and structure stronger at all costs. A lot of the stakeholders would be, the director of the program, professor, management team, as well. I didn't put this in my final when I wrote it, but as well as students, because the students will make the program. You can have the professors, you can have the program, but the students really the ones that get the experience, and they the one who makes the program. So I should have put that in my plan template, but I'm giving it to you now. So the objective of the orientation is to make students feel like they have a sense of belonging as well, making a connection with classmates, organization, professor, with the school. Um, I feel as though this is not a costly thing to provide the orientation. Besides, food and beverages and incentives and stuff like that, you won't be spending too much money on that. So it's not something that you could buy into, but it's something that could really make the program more fun and more experience. A lot of people, you get older, um, but yeah, you don't take a break. School, yeah, it's about learning. Learning everything that you can in amount of time, to get your degree. But as well, you need to have fun with it sometimes. This like the first time, the first class that I've been invited to do something, even though my life was taking a different turn, and I wasn't able to participate. But just having this professor right here to um, invite us to the escape room and stuff like that, that was pretty dope. Not a lot of not a lot of professors have extended invitation to do so, to to get to know the students and stuff like that. And it took what I'm like my third semester in, and it's like the first time any professor had actually made it you know accessible for an online student to interact with the hybrid student. Even though I'm not saying that any other professor wouldn't mind, but at the same time, it's just like you don't really get off that offer too. So that was kind of different. But even with that same perspective, being in orientation, providing that same feel of being belonging, sense of belonging, could definitely work wonders and get students to be more involved and more prepared for the semester. Because when you're giving somebody a straight, dry, cutthroat, this is what it is, blah 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 blah, this is what you need to know, here you go. Sometimes it don't register for other people. So yeah, that is my presentation. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.